it's surreal. And it's personal. You know, a lot of guys dream of playing CMA Fest. You know, that's a big goal for a lot of people. But for me, it's like that times 10. Being from here, you watch it, you hear about it, you see it, you know not to drive downtown, you know, and to be a part of it, it's super cool. So I'm a big believer in purpose, you know. And so there's a reason that there's 90,000 people here, and there's a reason I get to walk on the stage today. And it's such a blessing to be able to play for the mass and be able to talk to the mass and, you know, maybe help somebody's life or, you know, just start plant a seed in somebody's life, you know, and just be a positive influence and be a light. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever spent much time in a tobacco field, but, you know, it's all by hand and it's work. And so I grew up when you get to the end of one row, you turn around and you go to the next, you know, and so it's kind of like that in music, you know, you get to the end of a row and you think you're done and you look back up and you turn around and go to the next. And where a lot of guys, they get to the end of that row and they want to break, you know, and where I can really keep my head down and keep going. So I was born with congenital scoliosis. And I had a spinal fusion going into the 8th grade, and I finally got so much downtime. You can't do much, and you're in recovery. And I finally watched all the sports channels and all the cooking shows I could possibly watch. And so I've always been a big music fan, so I started listening to a lot of songs, and finally wanted to write a song. And I grew up around a lot of great songwriters: Adam Sanders, Larry McCoy. My mom's godfather wrote the song Ramblin' Man for Waylon Jennings. And, you know, they never talk about the bad songs they write. They only talk about the good ones. And so when I wrote a bad song, I knew it wasn't for me. But it kind of introduced that love. It's kind of the start of it. I watched a video of Riley Green, and he had that Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, and then it went into "Wanna Be a Baller," "Shot Caller," but then he took it into "She Grew Up in an Indiana Town," and so I was like, man, what if I had a whole song of that? And I was playing little gigs at these little pizza places. I was like 16 or 17 years old. I was young, and I was a big fan of 90s rap, and so I took my 10 favorite songs, put them into one. And I played that at gigs for a couple years before I had anything going on. And so it kind of, you know, finally it was like, it's time to go forward with it. I got to write with a guy that was, his name's Young Land, and he worked on the Cowgirl song for Morgan Wallen, and it was a cool, and I'm a big rap fan, and he did a lot of rap work. And so I was excited, and I got to pull one of my best friends ever, Jordan Centers, into the write, which is always fun when, you know, you get to go into a write that you're excited about and your best friend's there and he's excited about it. And he had this idea that he told me about, you know, time and time again that I thought was a terrible idea, and it was called Quitter. And we got in there and we started messing around with it, and we finally landed on that, and I was like, that was good. And when we wrote the song, honestly, we didn't think a lot about it. I don't think I listened to the demo. I was busy when they sent it. I don't think I listened to it. And we brought on new management here pretty recent. And I sent him the catalog, was just sending him songs. And one of the songs I sent was Quitter, and he called me and he was like, what's the deal with this one? And I was like, to be honest, I've never listened to it. And so it was definitely a hidden gem that we kind of stumbled on and got punched in the face with it.